This year I requested a lot of autographs from celebrities, influencers, and athletes, and I got a ton of responses. This is everything that I got from this year. If you've seen my videos, then you know I have a lot of fun sending fan mail to celebrities and often get responses and even autographs back. While it did take some time and patience, I did get some responses back, and I'm going to show you exactly who replied and what they sent me. Let's kick things off with Jonah Cassidy. She's known for playing Zora in Blade Runner. This film isn't just classic, it's at the standard for what we think of as cyberpunk today. From the neon-lit streets to futuristic tech, it's influenced tons of movies and video games that came after it. Next up is Steve Linsberger, the genius behind the original Tron. This wasn't just any movie, it was a game changer in how movies use computer graphics. In fact, it's a landmark in film history. Now on to Collie Fredricksen, who's got an interesting role under his belt that Star Wars fans will definitely appreciate. Fredricksen voiced Ram Koda in Star Wars The Force Unleashed video games. Koda isn't just any character, he's a Jedi Master with a gritty, unique storyline that stands out in the Star Wars universe. It's not just Star Wars though, Fredricksen also appeared in Star Trek Into Darkness, so it's a win-win no matter what side of the Star Wars Star Trek fandom you're on. Here we have the one and only Joan Collins. She's a TV legend known for one of the defining shows of the 80s, Dynasty, which of course got a reboot in 2017. She's been in the game for decades and is still a working actor. Her autograph is like grabbing a piece of TV history. Last but not least is Microsoft founder Bill Gates, who really needs no further introduction. Love him or hate him, his impact on our daily lives is undeniable. Unfortunately, he was too busy saving the world to personally sign a photo for me, as this one was done with an auto pen. I'll be keeping it anyway because it's cool nonetheless. If this is the kind of thing that you're into, hit the like button, share with a friend, and subscribe to see who else is responding to fan mail and who's signing autographs. A year ago, I sent The Mandalorian's Emily Swallow, the actor behind the Armorer's Mask, a fan letter and requested that she sign a few photos for me. Today, they finally came back in the mail, ironically a few weeks after meeting her in person at a convention. While she charged at the convention, she did give me a break on pricing when I got my Mandalorian poster signed and was even kind enough to sign these photos for free. Getting to talk to her was a really great experience, so I highly recommend seeing her the next time she does a con in your area. I just got a response from Jan Mardenborough, the British racer and gamer whose incredible real-life story inspired the Gran Turismo film. Being a fan of Gran Turismo since the first game debuted on the PS1, I had to go see the film on opening day. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but I think that telling Jan Mardenborough's story was the right way to go. He was a talented gamer from humble background whose dreams of racing cars would have been well out of reach if not for winning a crazy competition that put the world's top GT players behind the wheel of real cars to see who had what it takes to become professional race car drivers. Intrigued by the story, I took to writing Jan, and not only was he kind enough to sign a few index cards for me, but he also answered some questions that I had about his career. Let me know if there's anything that you would have asked him, as I'll be reaching out again to thank him for his kindness. Here's 3 responses that I received from sending fan mail to NASCAR legend Richard Petty, Leah Remini of King of Queens, and of course Star Wars actor Mark Capri. If you've ever wanted to get an autograph from the King, then you might not have much longer to do it, as many of his fans have received notices stating that Mr. Petty will stop signing through the mail for free in 2024. While these were smudged from being sent out with wet ink, I'm happy that I was able to add these to my collection while I still could. Next up is Leah Remini, best known for her work on King of Queens, but also as an outspoken former Scientologist. Her signature is on the right, with the 2 Tim written to the left. Finally, we have Mark Capri, who played Warrant Officer McKay from the original Star Wars film. A little fun fact is that back in 1977, the Death Star's fire control room as featured on this card was filmed at the steam plant near LAX, which still looks largely the same to this very day. As an old school gamer and autograph collector, it didn't take me long to combine these 2 passions. This is the latest addition to my signed video game collection. A copy of Ryan Sandberg Plays Bases Loaded 3, signed by the MLB legend himself. Check out some of my previous videos if you want to see the other signed games I've gotten so far. Here's one for the Star Trek Voyager fans. Some time ago, I sent 7 of 9 actor Jerry Ryan fan mail, and her response just came in. She was kind enough to sign 2 index cards for me as I requested. These will look great once I get them framed up with a still from the show. If you're curious about which actors are responding to fan mail, follow along as I frequently post my latest successes.
We're here at the home of Jack Nicklaus' greatest 18 holes of Major Championship golf for Nintendo. Handpicked by the master himself, all the elements from the world's most challenging holes are here. St. Andrew's torturous winds, Oakmont's lightning fast greens, the great ocean hazard at Pebble Beach. Trees are everywhere, birdies are few, and it has more dog legs than a kennel. And what competition up to a foursome can play, or try and hack it against the computerized golden bear. Ah! Sorry. Golf's never been this exciting.
Here's another fun success for fans of retro gaming and racing. Al Unser Jr. just responded to my fan mail signing 2 games for me, one for the NES and one for the Super Nintendo. Pretty awesome. If you want to see who's currently responding to fan mail and signing autographs for free through the mail, give me a like and a follow, and I'll be posting all kinds of great successes just like this. Thanks for watching. Another famous athlete signed their video game for me, and this time it's Danny Sullivan, who was kind enough to put his autograph on a copy of Danny Sullivan's Indy Heat for the NES. He's an American racing driver who gained fame in the 80s and 90s for his achievements in the IndyCar World Series, notably winning the 1985 Indianapolis 500 in a moment known as the Spin and Win. Aside from the game, he also answered a few questions that I had for him, in which he noted the difficulty of licensing the Indy name for the video game and how the game was a forebearer to modern e-racing titles. If you enjoy seeing who is signing autographs through the mail for free, give me a like and a follow to make sure you never miss out. I've got a special autograph for you guys coming straight from Disney legend Julie Casaletto, Disneyland's first ever ambassador. Julie set the standard for Disneyland ambassadors, traveling the world to represent the park and even becoming a Disney legend in 2015. If you're wondering what an ambassador does, basically they represent the Disney brand, attending special events, supporting charitable causes, and serving as the public face for the parks. So how did I get these? As usual, I reached out to Julie and she was kind enough to sign them for me through the mail. Follow to see who will be signing next. I've been lucky enough to have a lot of celebrities sign autographs for me through the mail over the years, but recently I've been sending a lot of video games to athletes. I just had another NES game come in, this time from Michael Andretti, who gave a big bold signature right across the front of his game. This will make another awesome addition to my collection, so thank you so much for signing, Mr. Andretti. And if you want to see more videos of who is signing for free through the mail, give me a follow as I post every week. I wanted to give you guys a quick update on my playbill request. I had requested a signed playbill from Sweeney Todd, and they asked for a $50 donation to Broadway Cares. Well, I sent them the donation, and I got this one back today. It's signed by the entire cast, including Gaten Matarazzo, who is, of course, of Stranger Things fame. I got this for, like I said, $50. His autograph usually goes for $100 plus, so I think overall, very good deal. Here's 3 responses that I received from sending fan mail to NASCAR legend Richard Petty, Leah Remini of King of Queens, and of course, Star Wars actor Mark Capri. If you've ever wanted to get an autograph from the King, then you might not have much longer to do it, as many of his fans have received notices stating that Mr. Petty will stop signing through the mail for free in 2024. While these were smudged from being sent out with wet ink, I'm happy that I was able to add these to my collection while I still could. Next up is Leah Remini, best known for her work on King of Queens, but also as an outspoken former Scientologist. Her signature is on the right, with the 2 Tim written to the left. Finally, we have Mark Capri, who played Warrant Officer McKay from the original Star Wars film. A little fun fact is that back in 1977, the Death Star's fire control room, as featured on this card, was filmed at the steam plant near LAX, which still looks largely the same to this very day. I want to give you a Broadway playbill request update. If you might remember, I sent this request to Grey House starring Tatiana Maslany, requested a signed playbill, and they sent me back a letter saying they wanted $30. Well, I sent them a check for $30, and this is what came back in the mail, a cast signed playbill for Grey House, and right here you can see Tatiana Maslany along with the rest of the cast of the play. So very nice success for $30, you can't go wrong with that. Just got a fun fan mail response that Harry Potter fans should really enjoy. This one comes from Luna Lovegood actress Ivana Lynch. I sent this one back in January of 2022, so it took about a year and a half for this one to make it across the pond and back. Luna was one of the quirkiest characters in the Harry Potter films, so I'm really happy to add this one to my collection. If you like seeing which celebrities are responding to fan mail and signing autographs through the mail for free, then follow along as I post new videos every week. My latest fan mail response comes from none other than Danny Trejo. Let's open it up and see what he sent me. Danny has been on my mind recently as he's been on the picket lines for the SAG strike, which has been big news for anybody who follows what's going on in Hollywood. It's great seeing well-known stars stand up for the rights of other actors, most of whom are not as well-known as Danny. He's certainly a Hollywood legend, and I'm happy to add this signed Machete picture to my collection. Thanks, Danny. I'm an autograph collector and an avid gamer, and I found a really great way to combine both of these hobbies. Since 1982, Vanna White has been the face of Wheel of Fortune, the popular TV game show which has seen many video game adaptations, including these ones that I have here for the PC and Sega Genesis. I sent these to the studio where Wheel of Fortune is filmed and requested that Vanna sign them. She was kind enough to sign all 3 items, including this poster which was originally packed in with the game. Inside you can see a facsimile signature from Vanna circa 1982. Now 41 years later, not a whole lot has changed. Thanks so much, Vanna. Mark Summers is an American television host best known for hosting Double Dare for Nickelodeon. I sent him a fan letter and requested that he sign a few things for me, to include this instruction booklet from the NES version of Double Dare and 2 index cards. Mark responded to my request quickly and signed all 3 items. Thanks so much, Mark. After a 2-year wait, I finally got a response from Cyberpunk 2077 voice actress Carla Tessara, aka Judy Alvarez. I sent her a couple of photos and the postcard that came along with the game. In my head, I can hear it in Judy's voice, but you guys will have to settle for mine. Night City misses you. Come back soon. She also wrote me a nice letter, but I'm keeping that for myself. Thanks so much, Carla. I wrote a fan letter to Hunter Deno, the actress who plays the Pink Ranger, and I just received her response. This marks the first Power Rangers autograph in my collection, and I really like the way that it turned out. She wrote me this really nice note on the back of the photo she sent, complete with the classic "It's Morphin' Time" catchphrase. I'm not sure what else you could ask for from a Power Ranger. She didn't stop there though, she also signed both of the index cards that I sent her, in pink Sharpie no less. Thank you so much, Hunter. I've been having a lot of fun lately writing to athletes who have had their names grace the titles of video games. This one came back from racing legend Kyle Petty, who signed his Super Nintendo game Kyle Petty's No Fear Racing. He actually has a really cool signature, and given the contours of the SNES cartridge, it actually came out very nicely. Thanks so much, Kyle. After only a month, I got a response from Basketball Hall of Famer Dick Vitale. I sent him his Genesis game, Dick Vitale's Awesome Baby College Hoops. Of course, Dick was known for his long career as a college basketball announcer for ESPN, and his catchphrase, "Awesome Baby," was front and center on the Genesis game. The copy I had was a bit beat up, which was unfortunate, but I'm happy that he signed both the cartridge and the instruction manual. Now, I also sent him a Q&A with about 5 or so questions. Fortunately, he did not respond to that, but, beggars can't be choosers. I'm really happy with his success. So I decided to write Arnold Schwarzenegger some fan mail, and I just got a response back. I used an address that I found at the bottom of his newsletter, and it is right here, this P.O. box in California. So let's open it up and see what he sent me. So here's the post office box number, and let's go ahead and see what's inside. And kind of right off the bat, you see this is a very typical return from Arnold Schwarzenegger, but usually you get the same photo, but it's in an 8x10 format. This is a lot smaller, more like a 5x7. So this is unusual, and also comes with some biographical facts on the back. He also sent this basic generic kind of note saying, hey, he doesn't have time to sign, sorry about that. But you can see here, just by looking at it, that it's a preprint autograph, so not authentic. I just got a very timely response from young actress Bella Ramsey, who plays Ellie on HBO's new series The Last of Us. This came just in time, only days after the premiere of the series. I got this letter from her. I sent her some fan mail on the set of The Last of Us when they were still filming. So let's open it up and see what she sent me. You may notice the Canadian stamp on here because I sent my letter to Canada right to the set of The Last of Us where they were filming the show. Given that the series just premiered this week, I had already given up hope of getting a response at all, so imagine my surprise when this came in the mail. Now, I sent her a couple index cards to get signed, and it looks like she sent both of those back to me. She signed 2 index cards, one signed with just Bella Ramsey and one dedicated to me, to Tim Bella Ramsey. And then she added this photo herself. So far, I'm loving the show and would like to hear what you guys think of it. And I just want to say thank you to Bella for signing for me. I really appreciate it. The whole story started back in April of 2021. At that time, Harrison Ford was over in the UK filming Indiana Jones 5. After doing a little bit of research to figure out what studios were involved in the production, I sent an email to the studio basically asking if I could send fan mail to Mr. Ford through the studio. To my great luck, they forwarded my email to his assistant, and his assistant was so kind and provided me with an address to send a few photos to get signed. Just so you have an idea of how incredible this is, Harrison Ford typically only responds to fan mail maybe once or twice a year, so this is a very rare success. What's more is that he just conducted a paid signing last month. The price of his signature varies depending on what you're getting signed, but to get an 8x10 photo signed like the one I did, it would have cost me $875. To get the To Tim dedication would have been $900, so we're talking about an $1,800 value here. If you would like to shoot your shot, head over to talesfromthecollection.com to find out about how you can get into fan mail and where you can send your own fan letter to Harrison Ford. The whole story started back in April of 2021. At that time, Harrison Ford was over in the UK filming Indiana Jones 5. After doing a little bit of research to figure out what studios were involved in the production, I sent an email to the studio basically asking if I could send fan mail to Mr. Ford through the studio. To my great luck, they forwarded my email to his assistant, and his assistant was so kind and provided me with an address to send a few photos to get signed. Just so you have an idea of how incredible this is, Harrison Ford typically only responds to fan mail maybe once or twice a year, so this is a very rare success. What's more is that he just conducted a paid signing last month. The price of his signature varies depending on what you're getting signed, but to get an 8x10 photo signed like the one I did, it would have cost me $875. To get the To Tim dedication would have been $900. So we're talking about an $1,800 value here. If you would like to shoot your shot, head over to talesfromthecollection.com to find out about how you can get into fan mail and where you can send your own fan letter to Harrison Ford. Actress Natalia Ricci just sent me some fresh ink. She responded to my fan mail after about a year of waiting. I sent her 2 photos and asked her to sign them, so let's open it up and we'll see what she sent me. So I sent Natalia Ricci 2 photos to get signed. I asked her to sign both of them and looks like she returned them. This one's signed and dedicated to Tim, and the other one just the same. Thanks, to Tim. She signed both of them beautifully, even added some X's and O's there. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Natalia. I just got a letter from Jack Black. I sent him fan mail a couple of months ago, and I got this response from the Spanky Taylor Company. If you're familiar with the hobby, then you probably already know what's coming, so let's open it up and see what's inside. So here's the letter from the Spanky Taylor Company, and unfortunately when you see this, you probably know that it's going to be either a pre-printed autograph, meaning that the autograph was printed at the same time as the photo, or it's going to be an auto pen, meaning that a machine is using an armature with a real pen to sign, and that's basically what you can see here is an auto pen signature from Jack Black. So it's not an authentic signature, unfortunately, but it still does look pretty cool and would be great for displaying for most people. I just got a letter from Freddy Krueger himself. I sent Robert Englund some fan mail and asked him to sign a couple of index cards for me. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what he actually sent me and what his autograph looks like. Normally I don't keep envelopes, but you can see that Robert added his own personal Freddy Krueger stamp with his return address on it, so I'm definitely going to keep this one. Now let's go ahead and open this up and see what we got inside. I did send 2 index cards, we'll see if he sent those or something else. Alright, so it looks like he sent his own stuff here, and this is a picture of him with half his face as Freddy Krueger. Pretty cool, signed by Robert. Very nice to get something autographed back from him, and here is some info about where he's going to be appearing and how you can send your own stuff to Robert to get signed. So this is a very nice success. You guys can do it as well, and I just want to say thank you very much to Robert. Very happy with this. So I just got a response from actress Sarah Jessica Parker. I sent her some fan mail back in May of 2020, so almost 3 years now, and I just got a reply from her. This was when she was on Broadway. So let's open it up and see what she sent me. So here's that response from Sarah Jessica Parker. Now this was about 3 years in the making. I asked for a playbill, which is why I sent this size envelope, and she sent me back a photo. You can see here it's signed Sarah Jessica Parker. Now, from the looks of it, I'm not too sure on authenticity. I'm going to have to do a comparison, so hang tight while I bring some examples up. From the looks of it, I can't really find any examples of her signature that really match this. So, in my opinion, I think this is probably a secretarial signature, meaning her secretary signed this and not Sarah Jessica Parker herself, which is a bit unfortunate. But if you guys know her signature a little bit better than me, please chime in whether you think it's hers or secretary. I just got a response from the stage manager of Chicago where actress Olivia Holt is appearing on stage. Let's open it up and see what they sent me. You may know Olivia from Marvel's Cloak and Dagger or any number of the Disney shows and movies that she did earlier on in her career. She's now starring on Broadway, where the stage manager was nice enough to send me this playbill signed not only by Olivia, but the rest of the cast of Chicago. Many thanks to the Ambassador Theater for this incredible response. Actor Peter Coyote just responded to my fan mail. He's perhaps best known for his performance on E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Coyote is recognized for his deep and captivating voice, which has made him sought after as a narrator for documentaries and audiobooks. In addition to his acting career, Coyote is a writer and political activist, advocating for social and environmental issues. Thanks so much for signing for me, Peter. Opening the mail is always exciting when you write fan mail and you know there's an autograph waiting for you. Today I'm happy to be opening something from the stage manager of the Thanksgiving play, which is starring Scott Foley. You may know him from shows like The Unit, Scrubs, and Felicity, but I'm a fan thanks to his work on Scream 3. As you can see, the whole cast signed this playbill, but Scott's signature is right at the bottom over the word Thanksgiving. What a fun success. I send out fan mail to celebrities, athletes, and other public figures on a regular basis and share the responses here on TikTok. I've fallen behind a bit, so here's 3 recent returns. First up is Scott Foley, known for Scandal and Scream 3. I wrote him while he was on Broadway doing the Thanksgiving play. Next up is William Atherton of Ghostbusters fame. This was a little bit of a weird response as I sent him 2 index cards to sign, but got back these signed mini envelopes. Unexpected, but much appreciated nonetheless. Finally is Dolly Reed, a classic actress known for Beyond the Valley of the Dolls and Charlie's Angels. I've got a few really fun returns coming up that I'll be sharing shortly, so if you like seeing what celebrities are responding, then give me a follow for more. Thanks. Time to open up another fan mail response, this time from retired wrestler and Minnesota Governor Jesse Ventura. Let's open it up and see what's in there. Now this is an exciting feeling that all through the mail autograph collectors know well. Opening up a letter to find the items that you sent to a celebrity, or in this case, a wrestler and a politician, returned to you signed. This was a very fast turnaround, probably within 2 weeks or so, I'd say. Thanks for signing for me, Jesse. I'm very happy to add this to my collection. I just got a great fan mail response from Priscilla Presley, the former wife of Elvis Presley. So let's open it up and see what she sent me. Priscilla is not just known as the wife of the king of rock and roll, but as a successful businesswoman, actress, and philanthropist. From her memorable role in the Naked Gun series to her significant contributions to the successful running of Graceland, she's been an influential figure in pop culture for over 6 decades. As the woman who knew him best and loved him most, she holds a special place in the hearts of Elvis fans and serves as a direct connection to the king. Thanks for signing, Priscilla. Today's fan mail response comes from Tatiana Maslany. Let's open it up and see what she sent me. Tatiana Maslany gained international recognition for her starring role in the sci-fi series Orphan Black, for which she earned several prestigious awards, including a Primetime Emmy. She continues to break new ground in her career with her portrayal of Jennifer Walters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe series She-Hulk: Attorney at Law. She is currently on Broadway in the play Grey House, which is where I wrote to her. Now for the moment of truth. She signed one of the index cards for me that I sent her and thanked me for the letter. Thanks so much, Tatiana. I sent fan mail to actors in Disney franchises like the MCU, Star Wars, and Indiana Jones, and their responses have just started to come in. First up is Denai Gurai, who played Okoye in Black Panther and Michonne in The Walking Dead. This one was nice to receive, but since I was hoping for something signed by Denai, it was ultimately a bit of a letdown. I couldn't tell if the signature was a print or an autopad, but in either case, it was never signed by her hand. These still make cool little collectible pieces in their own right though, so I'm not mad about it at all, and I'm happy to get the response nonetheless. Up next is Alfred Molina, who signed one of the index cards that I sent him and wrote a nice note. Now I'm a big fan of the MCU, but before that, I loved Indiana Jones. Alfred had a very memorable death scene in the opening of Raiders of the Lost Ark, but given that he was so young back then, I didn't put 2 and 2 together and realize that he was the same actor that played Doc Ock until recently. Now if you've been watching Ahsoka, then you'll know that Lars Mikkelsen has been cast for the role of Emperor Thrawn. He's an iconic villain in the Star Wars universe, so I'm very happy to add 2 index cards signed by him to my collection. Last but not least is another MCU alum, Corey Stoll. He played Yellow Jacket, the villain opposite Ant-Man, and later reappeared as MODOK. Corey was nice enough to sign both of the index cards I sent and even wrote a little note. Be sure to follow if you want to see who else is signing. It makes your day when a celebrity responds to your fan mail, and I just got a reply from Star Trek The Next Generation actor Elizabeth Dennehy. Star Trek has really bookended her career, as one of her first roles was as Lieutenant Commander Shelby in TNG. Her most recent was of course a reprisal of that character in Star Trek Picard, although she appeared there as Fleet Admiral Shelby. She has a ton of stuff in between, to include Seinfeld, Clear and Present Danger, Gattaca, and many, many more. If you want to see what other celebrities, athletes, and public figures are responding to fan mail, give me a follow as I post every week. I've been sending retro sports games to the athletes and sportscasters on their covers and asking them to sign for me. This latest one just came back from Tony La Russa, who is a former pro baseball player, coach, and manager. He also had several video games where his name graced the title for the PC, C64, and Sega Genesis. If you want to see the other retro games I got signed for the NES and Super Nintendo, you can easily find them with only a little bit of scrolling through my video feed. I sent fan mail to Juicy Newton, who was an 80s pop and country music sensation, not to mention a Grammy Award winner. She recorded many hits, my favorite being Angel of the Morning. The song is notable for being a defining track of an era, and that's saying something, as I personally consider the 80s to be one of, if not the best decade for pop music. Aside from topping the charts, her music has been prominently featured in movies like Deadpool, Juno, and classics like Boogie Nights. Thank you for signing, Juicy, and thank you for watching. I just got a response from legendary director John Landis. His notable works include the 1978 film Animal House and 1980's The Blues Brothers. His influence extended into the music world as well, most notably through his direction of Michael Jackson's Thriller, a groundbreaking music video that revolutionized the medium. Despite facing controversy and tragedy, particularly in relation to the Twilight Zone movie accident, Landis' contributions to film and popular culture remain significant, reflecting his ability to entertain and innovate across multiple genres. If you want to see what other celebrities are signing through the mail, follow for more.